Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here. I am so great to be with you tonight. I know you guys are probably happy the Super Bowl's just about out, and I didn't want to have the cast go on while you guys are watching the Super Bowl because that was some game today, wasn't it? All right, we'll get to that in a second. But welcome to IF Whale Inspirations for Your Life. If you're new here, well, it's very easy. Just go ahead and grab your smartphone, launch the camera app, point over to the QR code like so, touch the yellow lips, and you'll be greeted with my link tree with lots of great information to improve the quality of your life and so many people that you care so much about. All right. So we start on a Saturday, we roll all the way through the week, and we end up on a Friday. If you're coming back, welcome back, my friends, colleagues, and wonderful associates. I appreciate you so very much. I also appreciate you for coming back. Those are the people that rewatch the shows on the replays 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 6 a.m., 10 p.m., midnight, or even at lunchtime. Whatever time you watch it, I'm very grateful for you doing that and being able to fit it into your schedule. Let's get into our master topic, everyone, shall we? Our master topic is, everyone, here it is. Are you ready for the master topic? Master topic for tonight is, we know it's Sunday, so it is our second. Here it is, how to structure a goal. Series 2 means we're in year 2, show 7, episode number 2. Remember, there's 7 episodes in every show that we have. So when we think about goals, I'm going to go over to the Super Bowl. By the way, if you guys didn't catch the Super Bowl, it was a little bit knuckle wrenching with the different scores. How the Chiefs and the Eagles, and they had a tie score in the beginning, and just unbelievable how then we were at the 35-35 mark, and then they clinched it because of a penalty. I got to tell you, both teams played extremely well. Okay. And when you think of a goal, okay, whether it's for, Super Bowl players or anybody, they were passionate about winning this game. Unfortunately, the ref made some calls like the one on the holding in the in that very last few minutes of the game, which could be debated whether it was a good call or not. I don't know. I'm not a ref, but it seemed like it was a borderline hold, not a hold. I mean, I don't think it was truly a hold. But anyway, so when you think about a goal is something that people can understand that goals don't just transpire because of just one thought. It takes consistent thought. Okay. And so during this game, there was a lot going on. And you're probably asking me, John, how do the Super Bowl, I'm going to say players, set a goal to win? People say it's almost impossible to win the Super Bowl. Well, everybody wants to win, right? From the team owners to the players to the coaches. Step one is they have to decide to win the Super Bowl. Okay? Seems pretty easy, right? But it isn't. The decision has to come from the owner, and it's almost impossible to win a Super Bowl without a completely committed owner. That is number one. Decide, how do you make decisions? What do you do when the team isn't performing? How do you adjust, right? We talked about the fact that we need to be taking the temperature. So in the case of the team, measuring, how are we doing? How is our strategy working? And find an identity for the team so that it's really focused on pro football. Find a great quarterback. Okay, we all remember Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts only finished with fewer than 10 wins once in their 12 other seasons as their quarterback. And their first season without him due to an injury, they went 2-14. So since 07, the Giants were the only recent Super Bowl winner who had a negative turnover margin in the regular season. Is that the secret? Build a team that consistently gets great turnover margin. It's only half the secret. A big turnover margin is fumble of luck. Football outsiders and other football researchers have speculations on what it should be or shouldn't be, and have long since found that while there's some skill involved in holding and stripping the ball, who recovers it, who fumbles, how to waste time on the clock, you got to get a little lucky. Teams need to follow steps, and they need to be very cognizant of the fact that, are they going out of bounds? Are they doing what's right? Are they letting their emotions run the strategy of the game? Are they? Or are they playing with a clear strategy? Now, I've talked about the fact that you need to have emotion to achieve your goal. I've said that before. But if your emotion is getting in the way of you making a valid decision for you or your team, then you've got to look at the logical perspective, right? Goal setting. The people on the football team spend days, months, an entire year to prep up for the Super Bowl. Okay? And you might ask me, John, what does each player get for winning the Super Bowl? Well, according to the latest collective bargaining agreement with the NFL, each member, and I quote, of the winning team will pocket $157,000. That's a $7,000 bump over what the Los Angeles Rams earned last year. Winners of the Super Bowl next year will receive $164,000. That's incredible. So that means that each player wins this in addition to their salary. Does every player get a ring if they win the Super Bowl? Everyone on the winning roster, along with the coaches, executives, and the practice squad players, receives a coveted Super Bowl ring. So the players on the practice squad often get one of slightly lesser value, and the owner of the team can also award rings to whomever they may choose. So do NFL players make more money? And the answer is yes. They definitely make more money when they win the game. So, I mean, I think that is something that people might be, on the fence about. Why is it? People even ask questions like, do janitors get Super Bowl rings? Yes, of a lesser value. And of course, the owners can offer rings to anyone else they want on the team, from janitors to cheerleaders to ball boys, towel guys, etc. Can anyone buy a Super Bowl ring? So if you have a cool, measly $100,000 lying around, it's not uncommon for a former player to put their rings up for auction. In fact, there's a whole website dedicated to people selling rings, but it's going to cost you a little penny. So the question is, why is it that the Super Bowl seems like it can't be won? Well, the Super Bowl, in a lot of ways, ladies and gentlemen, is a game. Not just a game that people play on the field, but it's a mental game. And I honestly believe the ones that win the Super Bowl are not always the ones that are the best skilled, but the ones that can outplay the other mentally. Now, that might sound a little bit crazy, but it's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Your mind accommodates for you and your life, and it basically presupposes everything, right? I have to say, Rihanna did the Super Bowl halftime show. It was okay. She was already involved, an immensely successful singer, and a business net worth of more than $1 billion as of last year as a mom. Now, the songs she did, they were okay. I just felt that they spent a lot of money on all these planks that went up and down. I wasn't crazy about it. Okay. But just to take some notables away from the game. So, notables for the Eagle stats: third down efficiency, 6 for 10. Jalen gets hurt, 17 for 22, 183 yards. Devonta Smith, 6 catches, 55 yards. A.J. Brown, 3 catches at 74 yards. And notables for the Chiefs: third down efficiency, 0 for 3. Patrick Mahomes, 8 for 13, 89 yards to the touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 5 carries, 28 yards. Travis Kelce, 3 catches, 60 yards to the touchdown. And Bolton, 3 tackles, a fumble recovery to the touchdown. I think the one thing about, winning the Super Bowl is it definitely cements a great feeling in everyone's, mind and body that won it. But the question I say to you guys is, how do you set a goal to win the Super Bowl? Because I got to tell you, it's not as easy as any other goal. You might say, John, it's not hard to do that. But when somebody says, who's expected to maintain the edge on the offense, it gets tough. And this was a really, really good game. I don't think I've seen a Super Bowl like this in a long time. So what that tells me is that both teams had a fighting spirit. All right. They never really let their guards down, and they played their hearts out. Unfortunately, I was rooting for the Eagles, but it was so close. And when the referee made that call, I have to say, did he make a good call? Because the entire game, they might be speculating, what if the referee didn't make that holding call? Would a penalty have gone a different direction? And would the Eagles have won? Because remember, it was that penalty that actually got them to win the game. So when we think about goals in our lives, okay, they picture things just like we do. They picture themselves going through the touchdown. They know what it feels like, right? And they want to feel that again. And in any sport, whether it's football, baseball, hockey, there is a tremendous amount of pressure from everyone. But one thing is sure, when you're on that path toward victory and you can feel the adrenaline rising in you, that is the magical stuff, or the magical elixir, quote unquote, that gets you to achieve your goals. Same thing in life. A wise person once told me, John, when you have an amazing moment, capitalize on that and remember it. I did. There was a time I was walking across a parking lot to one of my banks, and I actually had an envelope. And the envelope had, let's say, several $1,000s in it. And so it was a check. And I know how I felt walking to the bank and walking back with that envelope. I felt on top of the world. So if you feel like that all the time, the money just comes. The magic in your life just comes. Now, most people don't take the time to do that. Like, let's say you just got a great job, or you won a great deal in your company, a sales opportunity. Celebrate how you feel at that moment. Celebrate how you feel when you're holding that check. Celebrate how you feel when the deal is closed. Create an anchor so that you can feel like that every time. So I did that with the walking across the parking lot. Anytime I pick up an envelope now and I hold it, and I'm in a parking lot, I get this charge that goes through me. A charge probably like the football players got. This charge that says, I know it's a little bit of ways, but it doesn't seem that far. And I know I've got everything I need to achieve it. That's what makes a difference between somebody who achieves their goals and somebody who's sitting on the fence. And if somebody was watching me saying, this guy had to be nuts. He's walking across the parking lot and he's so happy carrying an envelope. I walk across the parking lot now and I have an envelope or a similar envelope in my hand, any envelope, and I hold it in my hand. I have that smile on my face. That smile on my face, I just thinking about it, I just got to chill. That smile on my face brings back the feeling of the wish fulfilled. I just got to chill. I just got an increase in blood pressure right now in a good way because I could feel it going through my body. This is what our body responds to, our subconscious responds to. And right now, I just got this charge through me, just thinking about holding that envelope. So when something happens great in your life, anchor it. Okay? I had something before that I was trying to do, and whenever I put my finger in like this, it actually caused me to focus on it. Or when I focused like this, or when I focused like this, it just got me to focus on it. Sometimes we need these little hacks. Now you might say, John, this is nonsense. No, it's not nonsense. You see, your brain actually is very intelligent. And if you play with it, okay, the way it wants to be played with, you can hack it to your advantage. And it will still work for you every single day of your life. I know you're looking at me like, John, really? Are you on something? Did you drink something? No, just water, guys. So when I walked out of that bank, okay, or even walking to the bank, it doesn't matter, either or, I had the check, okay? And you might say, John, what's the difference walking out? Well, either or, because I had the deposit slip and I had that good feeling knowing that that money was just deposited into the bank. I felt just as good as walking in, if not even better, knowing that that check is now in my bank account and it would be available tomorrow morning. That's powerful. The Chiefs and the Eagles, you didn't see this, but that was going on in their head. And what we don't see will be the defining point between us being successful and us waiting on the line to become successful. So am I telling you how to play games? Yes, we need to play games. Does that mean we're not taking life seriously? Absolutely not. We play games because our mind likes to play games. And when we play these games, it tries to show us what we expect. We're going to talk a lot more about this, but what I want to summarize today, with the Chiefs winning, the Super Bowl, is that there was a lot of adrenaline, and both teams really did everything they could. Well, then why didn't the other team win? There is some luck in the Super Bowl, unfortunately. There is some luck. And that luck, ladies and gentlemen, one call or one wrong call can make the difference to whether you're going to win the game or you're going to lose the game. Now, this happens every day in your lives. If somebody does something, now, is it luck in everyday life? We can create our own luck. On the football field, we really can't create our luck. It's just the complexities are there. Well, how about in business? So something doesn't go the way you want. There's a lot of challenges. You can create your own luck. You can keep focusing on what it is you want. Your subconscious is going to work day and night to show you what it is that you already have manifested. Because I've said this before, when you manifest it up here, which is where you start, it then has to be manifested out in the real world. But you manifest it twice, once here, and then it gets manifested in the real world. Thus, tonight, watching that game and just me thinking back of the time I was walking back from my bank. Oh my gosh, I have these amazing heart and back feelings of joy. And when you get that happening to you, you're going to be like, wow, John was right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been a privilege, a pleasure, and honor to be with you this amazing Sunday Super Bowl night. And I hope you'll like, love, support the channel. Definitely comment below. Tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. And be sure to go to my YouTube channel, John Space C Space MRLY Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase, help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or a delicious dessert. Either way, we'll be grateful for those pennies and dollars. We'll invest into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping, empowered content to change your life to become better than you already are. And you know that's what you want. Hey, guys, I'm going to see you. You know when? Yeah, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. So have yourself a great rest of the night. We've got so much to talk about this week. We have to think about goals. All right? Be well, everyone. We'll talk to you soon.